Page 42, Dance of the Polovetskian Maidens. It's from an opera, a Russian opera. Very famous melody. Now, a lot of times when they take an orchestra, because an orchestra is supposed to play this, and they take the music and they make it for piano, it doesn't come out real well because it's just not piano music. This isn't a bad arrangement though. This kind of works. 3/4 time, 2 sharps. We're in the key of D major. Make sure you can do the scale on D major. Blah, blah, blah. I say it all the time. Let's take it one hand at a time. Make sure we get the fingering works out. I want to suggest some things here. I always do. At the beginning, 1, 2, 3, then come up during the rest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You can, if you want there, use a 1, 3 or a 1, 4, whichever. 1, last measure, first line. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then in the next line, this sequence going down, I'm going to finger that a 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So it's. So there's no B, C natural. So it's just that. They're doing it with, it looks like a 4, 3 here. I mean, it's nice to use the awkward fingers. They need the work, but I still like 3, 2, 3, 2. Last line on page 42, second measure. You just come down. They're saying thumb. I don't know why. Because I can just stay there. So I don't see any reason to use thumb there. So I just. Then here. Now watch out. This is weird. It's natural. Because there's a sharp in the key signature. And then thumb. Chromatic fingering. Now, at the top of page 42, second measure. Make sure it's a thumb on the second one because you got to reach up an octave. And that way you're in position. And then we do that theme again. Let's go down to the 4th line. You're here. You come up. Now watch the notes on this. And I can still do either a 3-2 or a 4-2 depending on how far the notes are apart. So it's like a 3-2, 4-2. 3-2. So I'm doing a 3-2 on all of them that are an interval of a second apart, and a 4-2 on the others. So it's 3-2-4. Then at the bottom it's 2-5-1. That's good. I like that. Here. And the last measure, they're showing 2-5. I like that too, because that's the chord. We're not using the A, it's just here to here. Yes, I like that fingering. Left hand. Okay. Broken chords. And you're just going to have to move around. Whether you use 5 on that note, or 3, or 4, I'll leave that up to you. Because if you don't mind using 5th finger, there's times in music you're going to need to. So, but if you use one of the others, you don't have to move as far. Because if I go here to here, I'm moving that much. But if I go here, I can stretch out a little bit to here. I'm only moving this much. That's up to you. Whatever fingering you want. And that second line, it's treble clef. You're going to come up here. And it's like a chromatic pass. And for the 3rd measure over, I do a 3-4-1. They're doing a 3-1, and you can do that too. Because then you got bass clef, you got to go back down here. It's rather repetitious. Let's go down to the last line. This is treble clef here because you're finishing this bit. Again, thumb and then 4. That fingering's fine. Then here, it's weird. Thumb. You can do a thumb here. Here is 4, or if you want to reach up, it's just, if you're going to do that, you need 5th finger on that last note in the second measure here. So you can reach up here a little bit better. But I don't see anything wrong with thumb. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go down the fourth line on page 42. The first couple measures were just fine. We've had these. And then treble clef up here. Try and connect all these notes in the left hand. And then in the last line you get another B flat where you can use a different finger if you don't want to. So I can do 4, 2, and if I play the last, this is last line, first measure. Here. Use your thumb on that last note. This way you're ready for the next note here. Now the last three measures of the piece, you're here. That's an E sharp and a G sharp. Going to an F sharp and an A. Each one just goes up a half step. So, and then you have an E sharp and a B flat. That's nice. And the fingering is good, they're showing. And then an F sharp and an A. So this one goes up a half step. This one goes down a half step. So the last three measures. Oh, nothing wrong about that. Put the hands together. Good luck. Keep this really, really slow. And you can hesitate all you need to right now. We're just trying to get the hands to work together. Here. Just make sure you hold that half note down. The idea, just get the hands working together. Your speed, not mine. You don't need to go that fast. But eventually you want to iron out, work out the hesitations. Go over those spots. So, because you're moving the hands around and you're constantly looking down, eventually you'll develop a feel for this motion. In the left hand, you won't even have to look at the keyboard. You just have that feel. That really helps. And the other movements, you'll develop a feel where you don't really have to look at the keyboard. If you do have to look at the keyboard, it's only to glance down just for a moment. Then we can add the articulation. Well, for the most part, this is actually legato here, but you have accent. You're accenting the second beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's weird. And that accent is only in the right hand, not the left. The last line, the last measure, the first line is sforzando. That's a major accent in the right hand. And then just two note slurs, down, up, down, up, down, up. The left hand play it legato. So just put in the slurs and the accents and all that. It's fairly repetitious once you get the hang of it. Then we add the dynamics. Well, this is mostly a loud piece. Very loud, mostly the right hand. That makes that accent and notes super loud. I mean, really loud. And that is just an explosion. Make sure you clasp the wrist when you explode, though. We don't want a vulgar explosion. It's just really loud. And we want to hear this right hand coming down. Very loud. At the bottom, the second measure, you come down to moderately loud. Smooth, connected. So you're there until the last measure, the first line on page 43, you're going back up to your theme again, where you're very loud and all that. Then at the bottom, last line, you're still very loud here. And you're gradually going to go down to about a moderately soft. So you see the accents in that? There's no slowing down. You're just getting softer. So it's kind of neat. Allegro is fast. Listen to different orchestras do it because they'll do it at different speeds. Some orchestras, they get carried away with the speed and they just kind of, they got these maidens running around crazy. And it doesn't have to go that fast. It's a fast 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. it's not a lullaby that's going to put you to sleep. They've added pedal. Well, it's an orchestra piece. We like to have lots of overtones, and it is pretty choppy right now because we can't do much with this. Those don't need to be staccato. We like to hear that note throughout the whole measure. Really. I mean, if it's close enough, you could finger pedal it, like the last measure of the first line. But otherwise, we really need pedal on some of it. Not all of it. We don't want pedal on this. We want to hear a two-note slur there. So the pedal would mess that up. So only pedal where they're telling you to, but go ahead and use the overlapping pedal. However, on this one, because it's loud, we can release the dampers pretty much immediately. So rather than pushing the pedal down after, I can push it down with the note. So, however, when I'm changing it in between, I'm still going to overlap it. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms and everything. I will try and pedal it as it's shown in the book, as I suggested. I don't think I really changed any of the pedaling at all. The only thing I changed is that, like at the beginning, rather than pushing the pedal down after you play the note, push it down with the note. Same thing at top of page 43, or every time this passage starts, because it starts in various places, push the pedal down with it. Otherwise, you pedal it just like it's shown in the book is fine. I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go.